Welcome to Affiliate Nerd Out Real Talk Friday. My co-host Christen Evans is with me. What's up?
Nothing, just getting ready for that long weekend.
Long weekend.
Yeah.
Uh, I think I'm working through the weekend,
Are you?
working that startup culture schedule right now, and I've got to get those sales in.
Yeah.
It's just
I
part of the
mean, it's
deal.
going to be hard to do it when everybody else is out of office this
Very
weekend.
true. Very true. But I can get ahead of things. Like
You
I'm
can
not.
get
I'm
ahead
not
of it.
taking calls. I'm not. I'm getting ahead of all of it. So
Yeah.
getting all my touch points ready to go. But what's new with you?
It's, the second to last week of school. So it's just been like so much this week of like the balance of parenting and working. And this always happens this time of year. Next week is like every single day is early release. So I've realized that I have to move like 80% of my meetings next week to earlier in the day because they all happen
Oh,
during the same time that early release is happening.
okay.
Plus, it's an abbreviated weekend. And today is one of those amazing days that I love where school is out at 11:38
Oh,
a.m.
yeah. Perfect.
So just yeah, doing a lot of that, working on potentially signing a new client that I sent a really good proposal over to, doing a lot of navigating of the Rakuten Impact collaboration, I guess we're calling it these days, and kind of figuring that out. Uh, Working on some media kits. I don't know if you saw, I shared on LinkedIn, but Jessica Bishop, one of my really good friends and
Yeah.
long time affiliate marketing companion, she and I actually got started at the same conference at the same time when I was also working on a wedding blog. She, after a couple of rough years, the Google updates and all of that didn't really do content creators like her any favors. She's just kind of digging back in and doing a year of reinvention, and sent over her new media kit, which just looks amazing,
Oh, good.
absolutely stunning, one of the best I've seen. Um, so yeah, working with her and a couple other people on trying to get a couple campaigns launched, and just a lot of like fun stuff, but I feel like I'm so busy right now.
Yeah. Always good to have the friends in the industry when you're in need of help. I've been reaching out to a lot of friends trying to get people into this beta mode of Alfie and trying
Mhm.
it out and testing it out and spreading the word. And it can be daunting, like trying to have that many touch points. It turns out I made a lot of friends throughout the years, um,
Shocking.
but one thing I wanted, hold on, this dog. We got a dog update. Ooh, come here.
Yay, we love a dog update.
It's been a while since this monster has been on, but
Look at how big he is.
but I'm still able to pick him up. I got a curl in there, so he's probably like 50 plus. But
God,
uh,
he's like a horse.
he's turned into a pretty good dog, though. All right, you can go. Uh, yeah, that's exactly what we were expecting, and I don't think he's even close to being done
Oh,
growing.
he's gonna be so big.
He's a monster.
And
Yeah,
he's so fluffy.
he's very fluffy still. Yes, he's not losing the fluff. But yeah, Oliver.
I love
Um,
it.
brings me up to the point I wanted to talk about today is it has been a while since I've been in a workplace, and I'm not used to it. And I have a team of like virtual assistants and interns and people helping me with my website.
Mhm.
When it comes to collaborating with others on my team, like it's something I'm just not used to since a long time, and I'm out of shape. I feel like I'm getting it's one of those times where like I don't know if I'm rubbing people the wrong way or if I've always said this, I'm not for everybody, but if you give me enough time I can you'll you'll develop a liking for me, but
You just wear them down.
I feel like just yeah, I do. I feel like
Listen, I've known you long enough, I can say that.
you've seen me work in progress. Like
Yeah, like literally just gets to the point where it's like, this isn't gonna stop. Fine, fine, fine.
right, that's me in a nutshell. Yes, in a nutshell. Uh,
That's
and
me in a nutshell.
Yeah, so I don't know. Today I thought about like, why don't I just do a virtual happy hour? Everything seems to be about work, and let's get everybody on a social same page and like learn about each other. And you have any ideas and like other things that I can do to, I feel like I'm being helpful, but sometimes I feel like, Slack messages aren't coming out the right way or something.
Mhm. I do think, I mean, and are you kind of talking like from a leadership position? Because I know it's been a while since you've like managed people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I assume that's the position you're talking about is like
Yeah,
kind of
and
like
I'm not managing people, it's the other
working with.
people within the company that are.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I like, it's funny because at Crate Joy, our mutual friend Eliza hated these moments, but I actually thought they worked really well because it was a remote company at the time, and lots of people, lots of different moving pieces. But we would do like it was basically an all hands, but it was always like a fun all hands. Like one time we did like a paint and sip, basically,
Okay.
like a virtual paint and sip. I have the art. It's the Austin skyline. It's up in my office. It's not good, but it's up. And then like would play like the trivia games and stuff like that. Like I buy a Jackbox party pack and we did trivia games. That's also what we did for the PMA happy hour.
Yeah,
The holiday happy hour, doing stuff like that where you can kind of be silly, goofy, whatever. I feel, even though they're awkward and some people hate them, I do feel like people actually enjoy that kind of stuff.
alright.
And like nobody wants forced fun, but at the same time, it does help kind of break down the work only barriers. And then I would also say that like things over text don't always translate well to everybody. Text doesn't always read well to everybody.
Yep.
And a well placed like hi smiley face and like an LOL can go a long way sometimes. But if you're feeling that something wasn't communicated or wasn't received in the way that you had intended for it to be received, just get on a quick huddle, like just
Yeah,
talk through it. I say a lot that communication is kindness. And I think that especially in those kinds of situations where you're working with people, you're working with people new to you to work with, and you're like they might have their own flow, they might have their own state, just being overly communicative about expectations or about like wins or processes is really really helpful. And then make sure you're having like one-on-ones or like team calls where you're starting with like, hey, what's new with you, how was your weekend, blah blah blah, and not just jumping right into business. Like allow for the chit chat and allow for the humanity to come through, um, so that the work is better and so the communication overall is better.
those are great tips. I really appreciate that, and, it looks like somebody in the chat chimed in as well. Let's see what it is. Oh, Trisha, the game app we use for PMA Holiday is fantastic. So many types of games to choose from, cheap for just a month. Find me a link. Thank you, Trisha. Thanks for
And
tuning.
happy birthday, Trisha.
Yes, happy birthday to her. Uh, and a lot of things to pull in there. I like the idea of getting on a quick call with that person that
Mhm.
might be not be vibing with is a really good choice right there. And yeah, Jackbox is my jam anyway. I love playing that, and
Yeah, super fun.
basically awkward. It's just so much fun for or for me at least. I don't know how other people feel about it, but yeah, it can get awkward altogether.
It can get awkward, but you know what? I think that awkward is fine, because like when things get awkward, people tend to like laugh or like like you're all experiencing an awkward together, and so like that in and of itself can be an icebreaker.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a really big fan of just trying to not just work at my speed, but finding the speed of other people and the flow of other people and really taking that into account and consideration, and not just like considering like how I work, how I want to work. One of the things that I say with my team and with brands all the time is like, none of my stuff is precious. Like, break it, like, this is just how I do things. If you think things would be better a different way, like, let's talk through it. Let's build a process that works for everybody. So also kind of taking that into consideration is, a lot of people tend to get stuck in their ways of doing things. And whether that's, right or wrong, part of collaborating with people is understanding that you might have different ways of doing things. And so
Yeah.
finding that middle ground, saying like, let's make this a collaborative document, do what you want to it so that it's easiest for you. I've been working off the same template of like a program tracker for years. And I have a client right now who the last like 3 calls, she's like, I'd really like to see it this way and this way and this way. And so I've been just kind of like tweaking and moving and blah, blah, blah. And we finally got to a really good point where she's like, this is exactly what I want. Cause she's like super fast moving. She wants things to be able to, sort in a certain way. And I know a lot of people don't like to get out of their box like that. It can throw people for a spin. But what it's done for me is it helps teach me, kind of just the different ways the different brains work, and having that flexibility in how I work and how I show up for each brand, each person on my team, et cetera, has just made me better at what I do.
Great points. I don't know what I'm great at yet.
You're pretty great at peopling.
I'm still gonna have to figure that out. Yeah, peopling, we'll figure it. Yet to be determined, honestly. Like, well, you've said it all. Like, I don't know where else to go with this conversation, but maybe that's my problem. Is I'm just out of tuned with society.
Well, you've been working with yourself and by yourself for a while, so
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. And also, I think there's a big portion of my last company I consulted with for a couple of years in Inflection. Like, I never met those guys.
Right.
Like, it just didn't happen. I would have a weekly call with my manager who I never met in 2 whole years, and that physical meeting and handshake goes a long ways into your relationship online. So one day we'll get there, I'm sure, but I'll just have to bide my time and find other ways to connect. But
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple of people that I've worked with for a number of years. Jane, who's on my team, she's worked with me for 2.5 years. I haven't met her in person, which is tragic because I should. Especially when the Royals come to town. I'm like, come play the A's and come with your husband. Like, come on. And then Alexis, who she's now at JEB Commerce, but I have worked with Alexis. She came in and worked with me at Spark Partnerships, and then we worked at another agency previously together. And I've known her for like 6 years. We used to live 20 minutes away from each other. Never met in person, not once, but we text all of the time, and we're on Slack all of the time, and like in each other's Instagram DMs and stuff. And so I do think it's possible to have those collaborative and working relationships, online and never meet in person. But I think that you also have to kind of like get into each other's business in order for those relationships to, really work out super duper well.
for sure. Speaking of getting together, like, we do it like twice a year, and we live
We need to up that ante.
away from each other. We see each other more at conferences than we do in real life. So
It's so silly.
it is silly.
We should go to Skinner soon, though, because I haven't been yet, and I want to go.
Yes, Skinner it up. Let's go.
All right, cool.
I'm
I
in.
will jump into the group chat and get something arranged.
Yeah. Give everybody a heads up. Also, I gave you that invite to the Alfie community.
I know I got it.
Come and join.
I will.
And you gotta come test out the tool. It's incredible. Like,
Yeah.
we're building the best tool for affiliate managers out there. So come along for the journey.
Mhm.
All right, folks. We'll see you next time.
Yep.
Take care.
Have a good long weekend, everybody, except for Dustin.
See ya.
Bye.